Hey guys!
Howdy!
What's up and welcome back or to the Roomies Digest. My name's Christine.
I'm Monique.
And today we're giving you our February TBR.
Yes, this is the month I've been waiting for.
The romance month.
The month of love.
The month of love.
I'm not reading nothing. Well, maybe a couple things, but you know, I'm reading mostly romance. Sneak peek.
Mostly romance?
Spoiler alert.
You're reading spoiler alert?
Should I?
I think you should.
No, I wasn't planning. I was saying spoiler alert for the video. I'm reading romances this month.
Obviously. Okay.
The month of love.
Yes, it's February. There are a couple of book clubs and read-alongs happening, but the major theme of the month obviously is Black History Month. But also romance. So we are going to be reading a lot of fun things this month. So let's go ahead and get started. Bum, bum,
Da 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 da.
bum, bum.
Da.
We're gonna start off the video with our little color game. Basically, I have put all the colors of the rainbow in this cute little mason jar on these fun little popsicle sticks. And I will draw one of the popsicle sticks and pick a book from my own TBR.
And I'm also going to do that because what I tried to do last month, which you'll see in the wrap-up, I decided to pick my whole TBR based on the color, and that didn't go. Christy was right, okay? One book is proper.
Well enough.
Is what I should do. I cannot. I'm a mood reader, y'all. I don't even know what I was thinking.
You just wanted to try something new, and that's fine. You know, you live and you learn, and you learned that picking your entire TBR based on the color green was not a good idea. Anyway, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take out the color orange because I picked that last month and I don't want to pick that again this month.
Yeah, when it's my turn.
I'll take out green.
Thank you, Jesus.
You're so sick of green. I already know it. I'm just gonna pick a random popsicle stick. Oh my gosh, it showed you guys what it was first. Silver gray.
Okay.
That is what I'm gonna be picking. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab a silver gray book off of my shelves in the back.
Don't you want to do the other one first? Oh, that's a separate thing.
Oh, I guess I could do that too. Yeah. Do you want to pick your color? Blue! Ah, that's so fun. You're like thinking of what blue books you have, aren't you? Haven't you said a single word? And then this other popsicle stick jar I've got here. These are the names of all of our friends that have given, I wrote this for me, so it's like me books, but obviously all of our friends have also sent you a book. So when I draw their names, please step up to the podium. I will be picking, you know, an owned TBR book that they sent me. And that's that. All right, ready? Oh my God. Rachel! Okay, that's great because she sent me literally so many books. Okay, so Rachel from Let Me in the Library. I will be picking a silver and gray book as well as a book that Rachel has sent me.
All right, let's hope that someone has given me a blue book in this chat.
Don't look.
I'm not looking. I'm not even looking.
Okay, we're gonna go get our books.
Yeah.
And we'll be back.
We'll be back.
All right, that was fun. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. So I have a couple of blue books. 2 of them, you know, 3 of them. Yeah. So you guys know I'm
Any of these.
You guys know I'm a reader, but I think I'm gonna definitely start out with Amari and the Night Brothers. This was gifted to me by someone. I hate that I did it this way. I lost the paper, y'all. The paper flew out of the book, and I should have taped it.
Flew?
It really did. It's gone. It's really gone. I've been looking everywhere for it. But there's 2 people I think it will be.
Okay.
So if y'all could just say, yes, this was me. If you're watching, it's fine if you're not. But if you are, and I don't track you down before, I want to say thank you for getting me this book. And I'm going to read it for my blue book.
That's super exciting because everybody has loved
that
book.
And it's such a beautiful book.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my blue book. And then for Amanda, she got me Zodiac Academy, and I think it's kind of like a
fantasy
romance.
YA fantasy romance.
Oh, it's YA?
I thought it was.
Okay. well, I'm gonna give this a shot because
It's a very long series.
You know, it's a long series. It's a book of love. You know, it's the month of love, and I'm getting, you know, romance vibes from it. And I love the zodiac sign. So I don't know much about this book. Okay. I'm excited to read it.
I know Brennan really likes it. Books with April really likes it. For me, I had the Silver Gray book. I'm gonna read The Turn of the Key. This is about a young woman who basically becomes a live-in nanny and kind of lies on her resume about it. So she ends up going to this house where they've got this very like high-tech house. Like there's an intense security system, and the kids are like well-behaved and things like that. And so she, you know, starts a new job. As she goes like through the day, she's realizing that the parents are not really around. So she's with the kids for like really long periods of time. And then we flash forward to her being in prison because one of the children has been murdered. So it's all about the turn of the key, kind of like what happened. She's maintaining that she's innocent, even though, you know, it was a really hard time living in a house that malfunctioned all the time and kids that weren't actually that sweet all the time. And yes, she might have, you know, mistreated them a little bit, but no one else was around to help. So she's maintaining her innocence. It's gonna be a fun time. Ruth Ware, I've only read one of her books ever, and I've been wanting to read this one, so this is the perfect opportunity. And I know that this is a fave of a lot of my friends, so let's get into it, yeah. And then the only other book that Rachel has gotten me that's not the second and third book of another something is The Power by Naomi Alderman. So this is essentially if there were people walking around with powers actually I shouldn't even say people. The people who have the power are the women, okay? And women can basically, you know, hurt men, I guess is what I should say, whenever they want to. So it's like an imagining of what would happen if women had the power. Anyway, Rachel really loves this book and she sent it to me a little while ago, so I am going to read it. I also know that Noelle didn't really like this book, so I'm interested to see where I fall on that scale of my two friends. So those are the two books that we're going to be reading from our own TBR, Color and Person.
And then my other two books that I will try to get to that were blue were shipped, which Rachel says from Let Me in the Library. She says she's got this from the library and would like to buddy read this. And if Rachel does not buddy read this with me next month, I'm going on without her.
Sayonara, sucker.
That is what I have to say. Rachel, let me know what the dealio is. And then road trip. I bought this at my first trip to the Rep to Bodice, and I need to read it. I love second chance romances, and I need to read it. So
it's just so interesting too, because I've heard like a lot of people don't like this book, so I would love to know if you actually do. Yeah, which is interesting because the other book you read recently that I won't mention because it's gonna be in the wrap up, but nobody liked that one and you like that one, so let's see the tea. So I am gonna be also trying to read down my own TBR with monthly buddy reads with my friends. So this month I'm gonna be buddy reading The Library of Legends by Janie Chang with Nicole Lee from Bon Bon Reads. She also got me this book, so I'm hitting a lot of boxes here, you know what I'm saying? But essentially this is about these group of university students in China, and it's like, I think it's 1937. Japanese airplanes are bombing this area, so they have to move from the university to a safer location. Their main job though is to move this like library of legends, which is basically a huge library that has all of these like legends and stories and things from their country. They've got to move it safely from where they are to this like new location. So obviously there's going to be some issues with that because of the bombings that are happening periodically, and also as they travel with these stories and like really get into, I guess, the like wilderness of the location, there are fantasy elements that start happening, like monsters and things like that start coming out because of the magic that is held within the stories that they're transporting. So it's a little historical fiction fantasy that I think is going to be really great. Noelle really liked this book. I put this on my TBR from her like December 2020 Winter Rex video. Like that's how long ago and like how ingrained in my brain this book was. So I'm really excited to read it.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. I love it. That's what I'm going to be reading for that. And then the romance that I'm going to be reading, I think I might be reading a couple, but the one that I'm very excited for Only When It's Us by Miss Chloe Leese. Okay, so I read Always Only You, which is the second book in the Bergman Brothers series last month. I really loved that book. Not only does it have an autistic main character, but she also lives with chronic pain. And I have realized that Miss Chloe Leese likes to, write about diversity in different ways. So in this book, there are definitely some triggers to look up, but she does a really good job of having like an author's note in the front so you know what all the triggers are before you get into the book. But this is the first book in the series. I just wanted to go ahead and read this one first so I could continue on. Essentially, it follows Ryder and Willa. Ryder is one of the Bergman brothers, and Willa is his love interest. And they are classmates in college. It's a little hate to love situation because Willa does not like Ryder. He's too quiet for her, and Ryder does not like Willa because she's too loud and outspoken. And Ryder is also a late deafened character, so I'm real excited. I think this is going to be so good, and I really enjoyed the second one in this series, so I think this is going to be another 5 stars. Can't wait. And who doesn't love a mountain man?
Hate to love is a fun time.
Favorite trope of all time. Anyway.
Hate to love? Interesting.
Yeah. A little spice in there.
Speaking of another buddy read that we both have planned, we and a bunch of other booktubers are teaming up to read Den of Vipers. I'm sorry, I didn't know you were doing the drum roll.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's happening, y'all. I really was hoping we forgot. Just kidding.
Spurred from it spurred, LOL. It spurred from our Ice Planet Barbarians read-along chats. We were all just kind of like, what crazy book should we read next?
Yeah.
Den of Vipers.
It got brought up on a sprint, and then
here we are.
History's been made, so we're starting it. We said we were going to do it, and it's happening.
Yep.
It's a bunch of us, and I don't know what Den of Vipers is about, and I think that's the best way for me to do this. I think I should be shocked.
Shocking.
I think that's how I should do it, because if my brain hypes it up too much, I might not want to. I just think I should go in.
Yeah, let's just enjoy it for what it is. Yeah. A super smutty, very smutty, borderline, a little dangerous to read situation. And that's all we'll say.
Oh, I'm also doing another buddy read with my mom. We're reading Jade City by Fonda Lee. I've actually kind of started it already, but it's a slower buddy read, so I'm not that far in right now. I'm page 34. Mm-hmm. So I haven't made that much progress, but yes.
Working on that.
Yeah, pretty much follows a whole bunch of people doing kung fu and magic and stuff. It's like a mafia-esque fantasy thing going on.
Okay.
I'm sure there's other people that are actual fantasy readers that are able to, coherently sum this up for you guys. But I'm not a fantasy reader. So I don't even know what's important and what's not. And I'm on page 30. But I'm reading this with my mom, and I'm thinking she's going to like it and help because she's a fan of the kung fu, the martial arts. And she likes a little bit of sci-fi. And I think there's a sprinkle of it. Not really sci-fi, but
spritz.
Like a spritz, like a little. So we're trying this out. I don't know what page is on, but
that's that.
That's that.
That's on that.
That's my buddy reads.
The other fantasy books that I'm going to be reading this month, y'all know I couldn't go without it. I've already talked about this book in our most recent haul video, but I'm going to be reading A Master of Jinn. Essentially, this is a desert fantasy set in Cairo. I think it's I get these confused, 1912 Cairo, and it follows a young woman who is a detective trying to solve a mystery, essentially. It's like a steampunk fantasy written by Mr. P. Jellyclock himself, and I'm just really excited. Highly anticipated on my TBR, so I'm definitely getting to this month. The other book that I'm going to be rereading is The Poppy Boar by R.F. Kuang. I read this last year on audio, really enjoyed it, but we are actually going to be reading this for Fantasy Series this month because this is our new Fantasy Series pick. So we'll be going through these books once a month starting in February, and I'm actually going to be annotating and taking notes this time, reading it physically so that I'll have some stuff to say in the live show. But yeah, I'm really excited. I really liked it the first time around. I'm hoping reading it physically I'll get more information from it. And yeah, if you guys are interested in reading the Poppy War with us for Fantasy Series, you can click the link to the Discord down below, and also check out the announcement video up there and join us, because we read a fantasy series every couple of months, and it's a pretty fun time.
Speaking of book clubs, me and Christine are also going to be guest hosting the Sugar and Spice Book Club this month. I guess the live show will be in March, but
Right.
we're reading the February book, which is Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. It is my first time reading Elle Kennedy, so I don't really know what to expect, but it pretty much follows this girl who is like used to being the good girl, you know, preppy, doing all the right things for her parents, trying to do her own business. She goes off to college in this town. She meets, like, I guess a guy who doesn't actually like, you know, trust fund kids. And it's like a hate to love thing for you.
You would think these men would like trust fund babies, because then they could have like a sugar mama, but no, they have to be little brats and be like, oh, you've got money, so I don't like you. I'm like, sir, you know you're gonna love this in the end. But she's not like other girls.
She's not like other girls.
They never are.
So that's why they're gonna fall in love. I guess this hate to love might be the trope. So
we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exciting stuff. Exciting stuff. And then another book that we are also going to be reading together. I know, guys. What's happening? Why are we doing this?
We're hanging out. We're friends.
Anyway, we are actually starting a book club in February.
I know. It's happening.
Together.
Oh my God.
I'm going to do the insert.
Thank you. Thank you.
God, okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down.
Anyway, so yeah, we're starting a book club, and we can't tell you any information about it whatsoever, because we are doing a partnership with a company for it. But what we can tell you is this.
The book is short, and there's going to be something fun after we read the book.
Yes, it is really important to us because it ties together like two of our major interests in life, and we are just so excited to share it with you. So we'll have an announcement video for that in February. Just look out for that.
Yes.
And we'll tell you more about that later.
Yes.
I hate that we're teasing it, but
we
just wanted to tell
there.
you. Yeah, we just wanted to let y'all know we are reading that book.
It's literally that size.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Anything else you're reading? Library books, I guess.
Yeah, I got some library books. That's gonna be, I'm not gonna say which ones because I might not pick them all up, but I have a library vlog that's coming out, or maybe out. We'll see how I edit it go. But yeah, so I got some sci-fi books from Rachel from Let Me in the Library. She recommended me some, so we'll see what I get to this month. I'm not really putting it in my TBR because you know how I get, y'all. So
Moody.
Mad-eye Moody.
Mad-eye Moody. And then the library book that I'm actually going to be reading next month, this is called The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri. So essentially, this is about an exiled princess and a priestess who are like living in this one like exiled location together. The priestess has to like take care of the princess, and she really hates it because she's a brat and she's moping around. She's exiled, XYZ. Then magic starts mucking stuff up, and they have to work together to, you know, save the planet. Just kidding. Don't know if that's how it ends, but I'm really excited because this is on a bunch of fantasy lists, and I'm also reading this for that like secret TBR video. If you guys can figure out what that is, you probably already
fantasy
know.
Books.
Obviously, yeah, well, duh. But, you know, if you can figure out what that is, I will give you kudos for that, but this is for that reading vlog. I know that my one friend, Casey, did not like this book, but the reason why I have hope is because it's blurbed by S.A. Chakraborty, and we all know that I love her. So, I'm excited to get into this fantasy book, and that's what I'll be reading. Hopefully, I'll be reading a couple of other library books, but
yeah,
you know, we're just gonna mention one and go from there.
And then to close out the
month of love,
I have lovely books here that were given to me. Most recently, this one for Chris's birthday. Can't remember. All right, all of those together. Thanks, Christine.
You're welcome.
I think I'm gonna read this one because you guys know how much I love the Young Gods. But then you got this thicky,
highly acclaimed
indie novel that everyone loves. And then I love Trouble with Hating You. This is the book that it's called.
Yep.
But I loved First Love Take 2 with an architect and a chef. So I'm like, maybe I should date.
Thought you'd be exposed.
Maybe I should date.
That was great.
But it's like a, a hate to love type thing, I think.
This is part of that series that you read for NetGalley?
Yes. And I really loved her writing. Those are my last options.
Okay.
We'll see what I end up with.
Yeah, and then for me, I'm obviously going to be doing the Book of the Month and NetGalley vlog. The Book of the Month book that I'm going to start off with, because I'm trying to do more of a mood ready type thing for those, is A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham. A Flicker in the Dark. That's for you, Jayla. Anyway, so this is really interesting because the main character, when she was like 6 years old or something, kids started going missing, and they found out it was her dad that killed him. Woo!
Okay.
Fast forward 20 years. She's a psychologist in Baton Rouge, and, getting ready for her wedding, moved on with her life, doesn't really talk to her daddy no more.
Kill nobody.
And people start going missing again. She's finding parallels between when her father did these crimes and with the new killer, but she's thinking to herself, how could it be? Because this man is in prison. So who is the copycat? Is it her? Is it someone else? Tune in to find out. Just kidding. It's going to be a non-spoilery vlog, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited. So that is the book that I'm going to be starting off for Book of the Month. And then for NetGalley, I'm going to be reading All That's Left in the World, which is a book that'll be coming out in March. This is giving me kind of the same kind of like post-apocalyptic vibes that I got from the Ray Carson book, Any Sign of Life. But this one is a male-male romance, like a male-male apocalyptic. I don't know what you could call that, but basically, these two boys, they're at the end of the world and they end up falling in love, and it's a beautiful thing. So I'm excited because I really enjoyed Any Sign of Life, and I'm like, do I just like poke? I just like poke. Do I just like post-apocalyptic like stories or what? Because in this one, there's a pathogen that wipes out half the planet. Then they got to figure out, how they're going to survive.
I should let you read the loop first.
I thought you said that was bloody.
It was very bloody.
Yeah, I don't want to read that.
Okay.
Anywho, so I'm really excited because I think that will be a fun book to read. And, as far as NetGalley goes, there will be other books. What will they be? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. You got anything else?
No, yeah. I'm holding up these books. The one thing I have to read, or besides the, my sticks here, is this book with my mother.
Yeah, you can't leave Miss Angie waiting. Now she might leave you waiting. She might leave you in the dust.
What she's gonna do is leave me out of. I'll be like, all right, I'm on this page. She'll be like, okay, no rush. I'll be like, great. And then I'll text her probably 2 weeks from now, and she'll be like, oh, honey, I finished it.
Yeah.
And
It's real funny, we both tried to buddy read with our moms, and they both did the same thing. They read without us, so.
I'm like, you finished it.
I don't know if they grasp the concept or they're just having so much fun, but I'm happy for them.
It's just, I would like them to tell me they at least picked it back up.
Yeah, like,
so that I can pick it back up.
Yes.
It's fine if they read ahead, but that's what I'm saying.
It's just funny.
Just tell me
my mom
you
said,
picked it
don't pick it up. My mom said specifically, don't read without me. I'm on page 11. That's what she said last time my buddy read with her. And then by the end of the weekend, she had finished the whole book. I said, well. It was Firefly Lane, too.
How the turntables.
How the turntables. Anyway, not to bash on our moms, because we love them.
Clearly.
But, and I am happy that they're enjoying books, so
yes.
Can I complain?
Yes.
A little, but that's it.
But yeah, that is our books. I don't even know if I explained any books, but you guys, all the links for my books at least are going to be down below. And I will make sure they are, because I also may forget to put them there, but I will double check. You guys know the deal. Like this video if you like it. Comment down below if you've read these books or what you plan on reading.
What you're excited for
reading. You want to join
reading.
any of these buddy reads that we've got going on, because that's happening. You got a few.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the aspects of like picking the books and like reading down the own TBR.
Yeah, because I've already given away like 2 books, y'all. It's part of my goal.
Yeah.
Because I can.
It's nice. It's nice. I'm liking it.
Oh,
that will conclude the show today. If you guys want to support me and Monique on this channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell if you don't want to miss another video from us. And until our next one, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.